What is up, guys? Let's do some Farming Simulator. Hold on just a second. Yeah? There we go. I couldn't hardly hear me. Okay. Back into it. So, unfortunately, me being a very big noob at all the recording and streaming into things, I ended up corrupting my last stream of Farming Simulator. So what we had started is we were going to plant cotton. We were going to plant some cotton and get that up and going. I think I have a contract open though, but I can't remember what contract I'm doing. Oh. Oh. Oh, and so, like I said, I am a major noob at the recording side of things, and it shows. It's a major showing that I'm not very good at it. So, you know, ridicule me in the comments. You know, I know it's coming. But we also built another shed because we needed one. But since it got corrupted, I just deleted it. So that way, you know, we were all on the same page. Because I didn't want anything to be said like, hey, you did this and we didn't see it, or, and I know, and nobody would probably say anything and everything would be okay, but I don't want to do you guys wrong. I want to make this as if I want to make this if I wanted to watch it as good as possible, so that's the gist here. So I had said before that we did mods. Which, like I've said before, I know in this one, especially, if you're not gonna run mods, you know, more power to you, but there are certain ones that are incredibly useful, like, the money mod. That one is extremely useful. And being able to buy secondhand is paramount, because when you start really needing to have a bunch of the equipment to really get going good, it's really nice to have that. Speaking of that, there we go. I couldn't remember the button, but I mean, it helps. It really, really does. And I know, everybody's gonna be like, well, if you did this the proper way, and yes, I know, if I did this the, you know, more proper way, then sure, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't have all this. And I get it. I do. I totally get it. But I've watched, so like, Cole the Corn Star and Cole the Corn Star and I want Larson Farms. I couldn't think of the name of the channel. Both of them guys have said, you know, like, yeah, we've had to use some of this. We've had to use some of the we've had to get some of this stuff to keep things going. And in all honesty, it makes sense. I mean, it makes total sense that you would need some of that. Okay. We also need to build. Nope, it's not a seed tank. But I mean, they have talked multiple times about taking loans and stuff of that nature. So I don't feel as bad in doing it that way. So even though I know there's a lot of people that play games like this that don't run with stuff like that, but I'm me, and it's how I do things. That's how I'm able to get things running like they need to be. Okay. Alright, Miss Rebecca O'Connor. I am going to your farm in just a second to take care of your harvesting for you. I just needed to get my combine. Oh my goodness, guys. So, we've planted cotton, and we're gonna start working with other people to get their stuff back up. So, this is the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I know I did. Had some amazing food and some amazing time with family. I just hope everybody that is able to have a family and is blessed enough to have that, be able to enjoy it. And just as a tidbit, thank every person in military, whether it be reserves or not even like the combat side. For one, I am eternally grateful for what you do for us and the sacrifice that you make and your family's sacrifices that they make as well. So let's get Miss Rebecca's. Canola all harvested up. Dang, she did bad on her yield this year. Like there in the bottom, you can see there the yield monitor is bad. I don't think mine's gonna be much better, but hers is just rough, man. So, in saying that, let's get some fertilize on our stuff, so that way we can have a good yield this year. Because I need a good yield. So, man, I don't know about y'all, but it's cold today. I'm just chilled. I might go get a blanket in a second. 'Cause I'm cold. Like, I'm downright cold. But let's throw some fertilizer up on these guys. Get that a-going. I forget how big this thing really is. Dang it. I really didn't want to hit the tree. I've always wanted to do this. Like, in actuality, I've always wanted to go onto a farm and just help. I've done hard work in my life. Like, it's something that I've done. It's something I'm used to. It's something that I'm good at. It's just, I've never done anything like farming, but I'd love to try it. I mean, I know I wouldn't even take much of a pay, because, I mean, I know it's very, very, nerve-wracking to have somebody on your farm or somebody on your property that could potentially damage things, and I totally understand that. I totally get that, I totally get that it can be a dangerous thing and a very scary situation to be in, so I totally get not wanting to do anything like that. And he's 25%, that's awesome. So like I said, we did some cotton. Excuse me. We've done some cotton, frankly, because the spinnery is right up the road from this farm, so, and it's a good yielding crop. I am gonna do some canola and stuff like that in the future, but as it sits, it's just cotton right now. I promise, guys, I can drive a trailer. I've done it many times, but apparently I can't do it now. So let me come double check and see if I'm actually doing cotton, because I can't fully remember. Yep, cotton. Oh. What the heck? Oh! I remember now, we messed up, and... crap. We did a row of corn, even though we didn't mean to. So... no you haven't. Thank you. I was about to say, no you haven't completed your task. So, one thing we also need is a fertilizer spreader. I'm gonna have to get another tractor. What do I have? I have nothing hooked to that one, so... let's go load up with some lime. So I remember, my granddad, we had a tree nursery, and it's the first time I had ever really drove a large tractor. I had drove, you know, smaller, large vehicles, but it was the first time that I drove a larger tractor. It was a friend of ours. His name was Dale, and he had a John Deere that was the cabbed John Deere, and it had AC, radio, heat. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I loved that tractor. It was by far the most comfortable vehicle I had rode in a long time. So, I mean, I drove big vehicles like that. Well, then I went and worked for a landscaping company, and I pretty much did a lot of, good lord, I did a massive amount of heavy equipment hauling. It was something that I did a lot of. Like, massive excavators, I hauled them. I did a lot of hauling of just heavy equipment for that. Man, oh man. But yeah, I mean, I would love to do like some farming. I would think it'd be amazing, an amazing experience to learn. like I would love to work with Cole and the Cornstar Farms, because I think that would be, by far, they are amazing people, and he does some great. Cole and Daddy Cornstar, they do some amazing stuff. Like, they do some amazing work for their family and community. I would honestly enjoy working with somebody like that. Or Welker Farms. I couldn't. I knew I had another one come up, but I couldn't think of the name. But like Welker Farms, my goodness, they are always doing something, and just learning from like Leg Arms and Nick would be amazing. I would love to do it, and love to, just be a student in their era, because they uh, well, any of them, they are a very, very great teachers. Or uh, Wrangler Star, Cody at doing Wrangler Star, he does some incredible work as well that would be much appreciated. To just take a dip in some of the knowledge that man has would be paramount. And I know that I'm just like promoting these guys' channel, not expecting anything in return, but it is what it is. Can't do much of anything about it. But if I ever get to the point where I have just 10 subscribers, it'd be amazing. But I will take what I can get. Because I know that I'm not the biggest. And I know that I'm not the greatest. But I would love to have, I would honestly just to have somebody commenting on a video. It'd be amazing. But I'll get there at some point. So we're gonna throw some lime out on these fields. Get these plants the nutrients that they need. And go empty that harvester, because it came across, it said he was 80% full. So I will finish spreading this lime out, and we will go empty him up, so that way we can get done with that field. So, question to the farmers. if you did have the option to do everything fertilizing and everything on your own, would you do it, or would you still, like, would you do it in-house, or would you do it or have somebody else do it? Because I know just from like watching some videos on some of those guys, they do a lot of the math and they take the guesswork out of it because they do a lot of work for it. So I guess my question is, if you had the option to do it yourself, would you? I guess is what I'm saying. If you had that option, would you do it? Like I said, my granddad, we had a tree nursery and a small landscaping business. And what we would do is, now mind you, that doesn't mean that I had it easy. We did all of our own fertilizing. I'd taken some agriculture classes and chemistry classes in high school to do our own soil tests and stuff like that. So I was really, good lord, we did a lot of the math and a lot of the guesswork and just his experience ourselves. So we did some liquid fertilizer, we did some liquid herbicide and pesticide, but we did a lot of the like the math and the guesswork ourselves. So I guess my question would be, would you do it that way, or would you still have somebody do it for you? Because I totally understand it either way, because it was not easy by any means. It was not an easy thing to take care of. Because it never failed when we would start doing that. There was so much math and the guesswork in it. You know, would you not do it? Like, would you pay somebody to do it? Oh man, oh man. Alright, let's go to the ranch. Let's go! We also did Christmas trees, and we had this truck driver. He hauled trees for us every year, and let me tell you, that guy was a maniac. He would honestly just go to town through a field. And we're talking like... We're talking like he would go like straight up through a field at 50 mile an hour. Like, and we're talking tree fields, guys. I mean, like, inclines like that. And just rough terrain. Didn't matter to him. He would absolutely floor it. He was a madman. I wonder what he's doing now. His name was Kevin. I wonder what old Kev's doing now. I wonder what he's doing. So, we're going to harvest this little bit of canola to finish out this contract. And then we're just going to let our stuff grow. And by the time this next video comes out, we will have our own stuff to harvest and be set to go. We'll have our own stuff. To harvest up and take care of. Because we gotta have our own. So, while we're driving over here, a story about Kevin. So, we were up in the mountains of North Carolina, on the border of Tennessee, and we had this dually truck, the dually truck, and we were up in this field, and the road was barely wide enough for a car. And we go up there, and I was on one of the tree teams, so I made sure that we cut the right trees and cut the right number, because if you cut the wrong number, you are really messing up. So okay, I'm confused. I'm confused. There's nothing left. Like, there is nothing left over there. Maybe I have some in the back? By chance? No. Well, shoot. Well, like I said, we'll call it there. But I'll finish my story real quick. Well, I had called Kev and said, hey, we have you a load of trees, if you're ready. You know, whenever you're ready, just mosey on up, be careful. Well, I'm sitting there, and the guys that we were working with, we were sitting just taking a break because we had worked really hard. So, I hear this banging, just boom, 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 boom. And I see Kev, because I could see him over the hill, and I see Kev just with this trailer just doing this number, just a bouncing, just a flooring up through there. And he comes up there, he's about wide-eyed, about like that big, and he goes, well, that road was rough. And I was surprised. The trailer kept on. But Kev was a hoot. I miss him. I miss him a lot. But we're gonna call it, guys. By the time y'all come back, by the time we come back, we're gonna have some stuff planted and stuff actually some of our stuff to actually plant and take care of. But here we go. Well, we'll have everything taken care of. This is The Tune, signing out. Have a good one, y'all.